the second day we always see who's actually wanting to do this. It's always like that. That's okay. All right, yeah. Well, maybe everyone's going to come in the last 1.5 minutes. Suddenly, big crowd will come. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. We could do it the other way around. We could make a little kirtan and then maybe that's better. Yeah. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Now you can make your announcement.
Hare Krishna. A very warm welcome to all the devotees. Thank you for making it to day 2 of our play shop, where we are exploring creativity and other skills in Krishna consciousness. Just a few logistical things. We have Rasashray Ram Prabhu back there. He's doing the German translation. Does anyone need an Italian translation? Okay, good. Also, just to inform you, outside there we have a book table with Maharaj's books, so you are very much welcome to go ahead and have a look. Johannes here is taking care of the table. And yes, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. You are the hardcore, we know. Yesterday was the curious crowd, and today is the hardcore. Anyway, so let's proceed. What did we do yesterday? I need help to remember. We did an icebreaker. Oh, yes. Should we do that again? You want to do it again? No. I think we're all broken up now. The ice is broken, isn't it? Yeah, we had a fun, simple icebreaker yesterday. We all went to everyone else in the group and just said namaste. And it's fun. I suppose we could do the same with Hari Bol, but that's okay. Okay, our general topic we can say is play. We're continuing as we did last year and the year before. The key word in the Sanskrit word is vihara, and we are interested in what Krishna calls yukta vihara. One way of translating the word yukta is appropriate, fitting, we would say. How would you say in Deutsche Sprache? Passend, something like that. Yeah, unpassend. But it also has a sense in this context of balance, being balanced. And something I appreciate, I first got this idea from my godbrother Satyaraj Prabhu in one of his many books. Years and years ago, he points out that the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, in his, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nicomachean Ethics, his book on ethics, he's talking about virtue. It's about what now would be called virtue ethics. I won't go into that, but he's speaking about, I think he uses the example of courage as a virtue. Of course, we associate that especially with the Kshatriyas. But he has an interesting, we might say, a take on what we would call the three modes of nature, what our tradition has, whereby instead of, as in the Gita, we have a kind of a hierarchy, right? There's tamaguna on the bottom, and then there's rajaguna, and above rajaguna is sattvaguna, and we want to progress up through the modes and eventually go beyond the modes of nature. So that's standard Sankhya darshan, you could say. But I find this idea of Aristotle helpful also thinking about the modes of nature, and I'll bring this back, I hope, to our topic of yukta vihara. Yeah, because the point is yukta can also mean balanced. And this idea of Aristotle is, if we were to make a little diagram, we would have, instead of a stack, tamaguna, rajaguna, sattvaguna. The idea, yukta haraviharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta sokna vibodasya yogo bhavati dukkha ha. We all would like to be relieved from dukkha, and here's a little formula how to do it. And if we are yukta, balanced with respect to our eating and sleeping and work and recreation, and then we're good. Dukkha ha. Can I suggest we all move our bodies a bit more this way? I feel like, Haribo. Although we are going to, at some point, want to make a bit more space up here, I think. Or actually, no, we can make it here. This will be our stage, I guess. We'll see. Good. That's much more friendly. Let's see, Simon, I'm wondering if we can get one verse up here. It's Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30, verse number 10. Oh, you're going to hook me to it?
Oh, it's okay?
Yeah, I thought you wanted for the outside world also.
Oh, we have, because
That
it's,
would be-
yeah, it's possible.
Okay, allow, I don't know. Yeah, allow. Yeah, another thing we did yesterday, aside from our whoops. Oh, that's no good. I have to get rid of that. Can't see it otherwise. How do I get rid of it? Apply. I want to unapply. How do I do that?
Command set.
Hmm?
Command set. To reverse it.
Yeah, I want to take off the highlighting, and I don't know how to do that.
Just click somewhere.
Click somewhere.
Outside this window. First close this dialog.
No, I can't do that.
Escape.
Close. There's a close button.
We can read.
You can read it? Oh, okay.
Or make it bigger. Make it bigger, my...
Make it bigger! Wait, want it bigger. Wait, first I want to move it, but I can't move it. I don't know how to make it bigger. Come on.
First, maybe it's good to make it full screen. I don't know if that one, Okay, that's it.
Oh, there. How did you do that?
Yeah, with this one, this button.
Oh, okay.
But I can zoom here. I don't know this application so well. So
Well, the problem is it's this, it's not a proper Mac program. So we'll have to make do with this. Nowadays everyone has their mobile phone, isn't it? You can find it there.
which one is it?
Haribol. So toward the end of our session yesterday, I suggested that allegory is an interesting mode of play, of drama. We kind of moved through a few ideas of play, but I think since we started this yesterday toward the end, I'd like to go back to this. And specifically, I suggested considering personifying the earth, and I suggested a time that something might be expressed by the earth, namely the year 2025. Did anyone work on this between yesterday and... Okay, good. Very nice. Before we go to that, I found that this verse is quite appropriate, and this is from the Rasa Panchadhyaya, the second chapter of the 5 chapters. Keshav Maharaj this morning spoke of another 5, collection of 5, but chapters 29 through 33 are sometimes called the Rasa Panchadhyayas, specifically dealing with the Rasa dance and the Rasa Līlā. And here in the 30th chapter is where the gopis are searching for Krishna. And And here they are addressing the earth. We can chant this together. Kim te kṛtaṁ kṣiti tapo bata keśavāṅghri. Kim te kṛtaṁ kṣiti tapo bata keśavāṅghri. Sparśotsavotpulakitāṅga-nahair vibhāsi. Sparśotsavotpulakitāṅga-nahair vibhāsi. Aṅghri-sambhava urukrama-vikramād va. Aṅghri-sambhava urukrama-vikramād va. Aho varaha vapusha parirambanena. Oh, Mother Earth, what austerity did you perform to attain the touch of Lord Keshava's lotus feet, which has brought you such great joy that your bodily hairs are standing on end? You appear very beautiful in this condition. Was it during the Lord's current appearance that you acquired this ecstatic symptom? Or was it perhaps much earlier, when he stepped upon you in his form of the dwarf Vamanadeva? Or even earlier, when he embraced you in his form of the boar avatar? So, I think it's very rich poetry in many respects, and the circumstance is that the gopis are in actually quite some distress because Krishna has disappeared, and they are very eager to find him. And in their eagerness, they will imitate Krishna, as we talked about yesterday. And we can say this is the original performance of drama, the original stage performance is actually impromptu. The gopis didn't rehearse. They didn't need to rehearse, right? Because they're remembering Krishna's pastimes all the time. As soon as something happens, as soon as Krishna kills Aghasura, the whole town is talking about it, right? And so on. Everything that happens becomes just more to remember about Krishna. So they don't have to rehearse. They are not only the perfect performers, but they're the perfect impromptu performers. And what they're performing is Krishna's Līlā. They are reenacting Krishna's Līlā. And one thing we spoke about yesterday was imitation. In relation to what did we speak about imitation? Playing, yes, as children, right? What do we do as children? We are imitating the adults to a large extent. We don't know what they're doing, but we just imitate because somehow we know that's a good thing to do. So, and in Greek, this is called mimesis, isn't it? Mimesis, Shamananda Prabhu. Okay. Yeah, mimesis is considered a sort of foundational function in art in general. Okay, and let's look at this a little bit. They're addressing Mother Earth. And they're asking, you could say, a rhetorical question. You know what is a rhetorical question? It's a question where you're not really looking for an answer. You already know what the answer is, but you are making a statement in the form of a question, in effect. So, O Mother Earth, what austerity did you perform to attain the touch of Lord Keshava's lotus feet, which has brought you such great joy that your bodily hairs are standing on end? Okay, so we understand a couple of things about the earth here. One is she is sentient, that she can experience joy, ananda, and that she can express that joy by the standing of the hairs, the grass, on end. As we look around here in Kiental, we see a lot of grass growing nicely. So we can picture the earth feeling this great happiness here. But the question is, how did you earn this experience of the touch of Krishna's lotus feet? They're feeling Krishna's absence, and they're eager to have Krishna's presence, and they understand wherever Krishna is, he's touching the earth. So they're very intelligent. They want to connect to Krishna. So if we connect with the earth is connected with Krishna. So maybe the earth will tell us, where is Krishna? So what austerity did you do to get the touch of his feet? You appear very beautiful in this condition. Was it okay, now they make suggestions of what could have been the initial contact, you can say. Was it during the Lord's current appearance that you acquired this ecstatic symptom, the hair standing on end? Or was it perhaps much earlier? And then they refer to not one, but two of the Lord's earlier pastimes. The famous step on the part of Vamanadev. Little Vamanadev is standing on the earth, and then he's lifting one leg and expanding himself, and then presumably his one foot became much larger at that point because he became larger. Has anyone here been to Gaya? Yes, you know Gaya, there's the famous temple of Vishnu Pada. This is a big stone slab with what looks like a footprint imprint, and it's rather large imprint, and you get the picture that Krishna was quite large. And there's another place, in Kashmir, I think, is another place. They say that's where Vamana stepped. So there's some competition between two holy places. Where did Vamana really step? So they mention Vamanadev and his pastime, and then Varahadev. And with Varaha, it's interesting. The first Vamana is just, a little step of a little boy becomes a big one foot. And then with Varahadev, it's not stepping, it's embracing. Because the earth had sunk down, and Varahadev is rescuing him. Okay, now this is addressing Mother Earth. She's not going to reply here. And there's going to be a lot of non-replies in this section. We won't... I just wanted to call attention to this one verse because I've hopefully given you a little seed to develop into what I would suggest could be a semi-impromptu skit or sketch. And I made it so totally unspecified. I specified only two things. One is earth as personified, and the other thing I specified was the year 2025. That's pretty open-ended, isn't it? Now, I also mentioned yesterday that drama requires some sort of conflict. In Sanskrit drama, in the Sanskrit tradition of poetics, it's not so much about action, it's more about feeling, it's more about rasa. And we see this in Chaitanya Bhagavata, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates one day decide, let's put on a drama. And you read that section, I forget, it's Madhya, not Madhya Līlā, what is it called? Madhya Kanda, chapter 18, I forget. And so they all get excited and they all get dressed up. And you sort of wonder through the whole thing, so what's the story? What happens? Well, they come on stage and there they are. There's Lord Chaitanya, who is appearing as Lakshmi and as Rohini, and she can't be, he cannot even be recognized by his mother, and so on. So there's not a whole big emphasis on conflict or on drama as such, but still something has to be there, otherwise there's no movement of the drama. So what I want to suggest is maybe we should start with some of you who have thought already about this, and you can give what your idea is. Puruṣottama, you have an idea. Do you want to just tell about it, or do you want to perform it? Yes, good, great. Do you need some help?
Yes, we're doing it together.
Okay, it's all planned out. Great.
We rehearsed, we only thought about the basic themes. Shall I say it after or before?
Yeah, you can say after, whatever purport you want to give. We're going to need 2 microphones. And I guess we can make right here our stage, huh? Yeah. So, yeah.
And we can speak loud.
Well,
we have that too. I can
we
exactly
have.
be the second. If you like, you can do that.
But we can just.
What about for the online folks? We need something, isn't
We
it?
can share one.
Okay.
It's like partially constellation work because it just comes, no? Like impromptu.
It's impromptu. Improvisation.
Can you explain constellation after? Can you speak?
Okay.
So there will be a day where Mother Earth will shake because she cannot stand anymore that the people not follow the law anymore. And the big towers will fall and the cities will fall. Mother Earth, shake yourself, free yourself from this fallen humanity.
I got this invitation to be here. It's just out of love I'm shaking. I try to share the intensity of waking up.
I also wish to share the intensity I experienced when I was carried and embraced by my dear Lord. Because they forgot. Have you forgotten?
Different character. And recently, wasn't there Goni Tai dancing upon you? And there's such a hope now that humanity is awakening. And there's love of God spread everywhere. There's Harinam Sankirtan movement. Isn't that amazing? But how is this what the old prophets say? And what's happening right now in this Gaura Lila, this unheard of mercy, unconditional mercy? And how could you bear the ecstasy and not shake yourself because you bear the ecstasy of feeling the lotus feet of Goni Tai?
Yes, I definitely need to control myself because I'm so excited of what's going to happen. It's like, woo! And I get goosebumps, like I think people can see and feel whenever, Mother Earth is reacting. But I need to be gentle because, not everyone can take it. It's quite intense. And, but I'm here to share that love I'm experiencing. And yes, it also gives me a little pain when people are not aware of what is in for them, what their existence on this Mother Earth or on myself means, how extremely blessed they are to also walk on the ground I could experience my dear Lord's lotus feet.
So what the old has seen will have to be. But is it a choice we all have?
Yeah, from time to time I definitely need to, send a little wake-up call to just give a reminder. Because, whenever I am left in silence, I recover and I see how everything gets back to balance. But it's just out of my compassion I'm acting like that. Because people forgot how we are interconnected. We are not different. Their bodies are made out of the same system, substance. And I wish that they remember to take care, and then we can take care of each other.
Gaura Premanandi Haribol. So there's Prophet Isaiah, the ancient prophets who saw towers will fall and Mother Earth will shake. And I saw this passage in a sacred place in Switzerland. And I went to the church, the big Bible opened in the churches, like you can see here also. And then I saw this Isaiah 24. Anyone wants to read it? Very important to read. And then a few days later, I saw the tower falling. And I never knew, I don't watch news, but I believe that news reach us when it's important enough. So I saw on Instagram the tower in Bangkok falling just a few days later. And then I was like, oh, okay, starting. Then I was also trying to reconcile those doomsday apocalyptic rishis seeing this in the future with Gaura Lila and that unconditional mercy and the Agyata Sukriti created by the saints like Bhakti Thakur and our Acharyas who intervened, especially in the 60s, and how the prophecies of Gauranga Mahaprabhu got fulfilled with the holy name and all this mercy factor as well. So there's judgment personified, so to speak, and the mercy factor of Gaura Lila that are in competition. And Mother Earth is sort of like, yeah, maybe you can share more on constellation and this type of what came through. You mentioned constellation, maybe not everyone knows.
I just completely speculated in that sense, just whatever came, I didn't think so much. So sometimes we also do nature constellation. Some of you maybe know family constellation, where you go in through systems. And this we can also do with nature and, of course, Mother Earth. And it's very beautiful what happens, how things get arranged when we take care of the different aspects of nature, how they get supported. And I just feel, in general, I felt inspired because it's through going through some health challenges, I deeply realized how much Earth this is. And how much it's interconnected, and how much we need to take care and appreciate. And not just, we're not the body, all thing, but we are part of the whole system, and we can feel what's going on, and Mother Earth, how she feels. And I'm just utterly grateful for her, like giving us that field of play, where we can evolve according to our choice. So thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you. Joy. Thank you. So, setting up a scene in this way with allegorical characters is... Let's talk about allegory now a little bit. Where do we find allegory in the Bhagavatam? The story of Puranjana, yes. That's the, as far as I know, the one explicit allegory in the Bhagavatam. And it's quite an extensive allegory. It's a... Yeah, and we know that story is told by Narada as a lesson to King Prachinabarhishat in order to illuminate, in order to hold up a mirror, I would say, to the king. So he understands what foolishness he is slipping into, you could say, or has slipped into. I would suggest there's another implied allegory, and that is the story of, it's kind of mixed, allegory and non-allegory, so it's a little like Chaitanya Chandradoy Nataka, which we mentioned yesterday. But we have personified earth, and personified Dharma in the form of a cow and a bull in Canto 1, chapters 16 and 17, or 17 and 18. It has a lot of features of allegory, or characteristics of allegories. There's another suggested allegorical dimension. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur identifies the pastimes of Krishna killing different demons in Vrindavan in allegorical terms. He says when he kills Putana, Putana represents, or can be understood as allegorically as a certain anartha in the heart. What is the anartha that Putana represents? False? False guru, yes. And then there's Trinavarta, and so on. He has a list. Now, Bhaktivinoda is not suggesting by that these pastimes sort of are only symbolic. He's not saying to only take it as symbolic, but he's adding into it something to help us in our practice of devotional service, right? So that's in the Bhagavatam. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada will take something in the Bhagavatam in a kind of symbolic way in order to illustrate a point. The one that always comes to my mind is in the 8th canto, the story of Gajendra. In one purport, Gajendra is fighting with this crocodile, And the crocodile is basically winning. And Gajendra, in desperation, remembers prayers from his past life as a king, and he's offering these prayers to the Lord, and the Lord comes to save him. And in one of the purports, Prabhupada is saying that the lake in which this is happening can be compared to an ashram. And he's saying that as the elephant is in the wrong environment and therefore is weak in the face of this crocodile or alligator, in a similar way, if a devotee is in the wrong ashram, then they can be endangered by Maya. So he's saying one should be in the right ashram. So the point is, he's drawing out of this story of Gajendra and so on. He's drawing out this a kind of allegory or symbolical sense. But generally, allegory, as we mentioned yesterday in Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka, is about a personified, well, it can be a personified abstraction. In the case of the earth, well, earth is very unabstract. But we don't usually hear the earth speaking. In the Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka, in the first act, there is personified Kali, and there's personified irreligion. And then in the second act, there is renunciation and Bhakti Devi appear, and they're talking with each other, and they're talking about Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya eventually appears in Act 1, and in Act 2 also he eventually appears and speaks. So you actually have things going on two different levels. You have sort of on the side, in the first chapter, Kali and irreligion talking with each other, and then you have on another level, there's Lord Chaitanya speaking with his associates, and the two, Kali and irreligion, are watching and listening. And that gets even more complicated in later. And you can say there's a third level, in any case, implied, and that is the audience. So there's audience, and so we, as audience, we look through the allegorical characters to the real characters, or how to say. Anyway, I'm sort of going off on tangents. What I want to suggest is maybe we can develop this idea in different ways of the earth in 2025. Someone else has prepared something. Yes. Are you three together or three different? Three different. Oh, okay. So who wants to do first? Anissa. You have something. Mm-hmm. Are you in one group? Okay, go ahead. Microphone is here.
I had heard a thing. I just saw what I
You can read it off as well, if you like.
Yeah.
There's one microphone here.
Essentially what happened is we created some poems.
Oh,
You
okay.
need to unmute the mic.
Yeah, we had some poems. They're really Gaurangi's poems.
Can we turn that?
Could be just responding to them. So we had Mother Bhumi. She interchanges with the cow. So she's one character, and then we had saintliness personified as a sage. Then we also had Kali.
Who's personified?
Kali.
Kali, okay.
The headset I can give you. But yeah.
Only one? Is not so. No problem. No problem. Okay. Oh, what must I see right here and now? How painful for my heart, this poor suffering cow. Who is the offender? How can this be? I will punish him. I will help. Let me see. Didn't I see a scene like this in a past life already? As King Parikshit, the righteous and steady. Oh, sinless creature, now I recognize. Mother Earth you are, in this cow's disguise. But where is your power? Where your luster? What happened to you? What calamity? What disaster?
What do you expect? You run me so dry, I can't speak anymore. Mercilessly dug into, taking my babies away from me, taking my milk. What do you expect? Please excuse me, I have this rage, but it's not the core of my feeling. But I have this rage, and thank you for giving me the space to express that. I've lost all power, I've lost all strength, but it's for my children, and it's for my Lord. Just waiting for the strength.
Oh, canary creature, dark and wild, so cowardly hiding behind that pile. Show yourself, prepare to die, or regret and admit how and why.
Bhumi may be rescued by Vishnu's brilliant mind, and by saints like you, for the good of humankind. But you, yourself, a foolish hero wannabe, full of mercy even for an evil one like me, allowed me to stay in unclean places and hearts, and that's where evil again and again starts, to spread all over the world entirely, much to the delight of creatures like me.
Hold on, O destroyer of all that's good. I have to disturb your joyful mood. Just as evil rises again and again, so does saintliness and godly love in the hearts of men. You think this is your age, full of hate, revenge and rage, but remember yourself back in the days, in the form of Jagai and Madai and their evil ways. Their embodiments of terror and torment, even they were mercifully delivered in the end, by the golden form of the Lord, most beautiful and sweet, who roamed with Sri Nitai through every place and street. And don't you think it ended there? The Vaishnavas are everywhere. Along with them appears, sweet, blissful and sublime, the mighty, splendid hero, Sri Krishna's name divine, thanks to Srila Prabhupada, who carried this mercy on. To every nook and corner, just see, your time has gone. Tremble in fear, your end is near. Bhumi Devi, sweet Mother Divine, the golden age just started, beloved of mine. Please dry your tears, rise up strong once more. The Lord will lift you gently, like He did before. But don't get me wrong, your emotions are not a burden. Your stream of tears sustains the whole creation.
Quite a lot, quite some poetic talent. Very nice, thank you. Well, who else? Yes. I was mentioning yesterday, Srila Prabhupada often spoke of devotional service as a performance. We perform devotional service. One way to think of this, of course, is that we perform for Krishna, who is our audience. But the devotees are also our audience. And so it's nice to think there's formal and informal performance. But in all cases, we are performing. Mm-hmm.
Two persons speak with each other, two devotees speak with each other. What do you hear when you listen to the leaves in the forest, trembling from the wind?
Singing the leaves?
What do they sing?
Oh, they sing the song of the Mother Earth. Listen.
Can someone hold the mic?
Children, I love you. I'm your mother. Dear children, I love you. I'm your mother. Love Krishna, love Radha, love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Love Krishna, love Radha, love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Love each other, 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 love each other. Do not kill the oceans, the forest, the lakes, animals, birds, la 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 la. Do not kill the oceans, the forest, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So far, it seems that all the presentations, we can think of them also as meditations on the earth. They all have a happy ending. Who else has? Yes, Lokapani.
I just have a poem to read.
Another poem? Wow. We have a very poetic group here.
I mean, a freestyle poem.
Okay.
Because you said, like, what would Mother
Yeah.
Earth say if she could speak?
Yeah.
I'm a mother, and I cry for all that took birth from me. Humans consume and destroy. They are removing my lungs, and sometimes I cannot breathe. I'm full of plastic, smoke, radio waves. I'm constantly disturbed. But he came. He came in the form of the holy name. He will purify all these unnatural tendencies and deliver all. I have hope. For once, he rescued me from the waters of the bottom of the universe. He will come again. He is here again. I have faith.
Joy. Another hopeful meditation. I'm wondering if anyone has a dark meditation on the earth. Yes, David Shiradi.
So after yesterday, I have this rough sketch before me, and it's a court case.
David Shiradi is a lawyer.
So it's state versus Bhudevi. But then you also mentioned about allegories, and here we have Prithu Maharaj coming down in 2025, and he is representing the state because he's the king, and the judge is Lord Brahma. And the other party is Bhudevi and others, and the others include Tulasi Devi, who is the mother of all trees and grasses. And we have Gomata and Ganga Devi. And Ganga Devi. So it's Bhudevi and others, Bhudevi with the three other ladies.
So this is a court scene.
Yes.
Oh.
And the situation is that the Swiss glaciers, they are melting. and they are in danger, which they actually are, due to according to climate experts now. And this is how the scene begins, that it's a court case where Prithu Maharaj is here and he is trying to sue Bhudevi because the glaciers are melting and she's kind of in charge, and then she presents her case of what has been happening. So that's how far I got.
Oh, and we'll have the full presentation on Thursday. If you like, you could do something Thursday or Friday. I don't know. If you like. Thank you. Jai. Courtroom drama. Yeah. Who else? Anyone? Oh, yes. Back here.
Hare Krishna. So I had some ideas. It's not so detailed yet, but I made a sketch, and it's kind of a Mother Earth is getting squeezed out, and there is greed personified, and greed arises when, like, he's really self-centered. He's like always shouting, I want more, I want to be more, I want to enjoy more, I want to have more, and I want to have more appreciation, I want to have more control, and so on. And if you write it down like under each other, it will get an exponential graphic, actually. So this is kind of a graphic design that I made, and you could put it in a play that this greed is really pulling on all the cloth of Mother Earth, and she's then very sad, she's bleeding, and the verse of Bhagavad Gita 1:13-15 came to my mind, where the demoniac mentality is described. So much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my machines. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything, and I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is no one so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. And then Mother Bhumi is taking shelter of Krishna devotees, and another person in the holy name is coming and really defending Mother Earth. And then finally another person, and that's Varnashram Dharma, actually comes and kills this greed.
Oh, Varnashram kills greed. Wow. That's an interesting take. Okay. That's it. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Did anyone else have something? Okay. Those of you, if you like, you can continue to, those of you who did not present something, feel free to continue reflecting on this and putting something together, which maybe we can see on Thursday. I want to mention that Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 3 is called the Bhumi Gita. And it's Bhumi Devi, and she is reflecting on the futility of the many kings. She lists. She has a long list of specific names of kings who have come and gone. And she's making this point, everyone wants to conquer me, but they just come and they go. And it's called the Bhumi Gita. She is singing about the failure, the futility of trying to conquer her. Canto 12, chapter 3. Yeah, you might want to look at that. Good. I think now we want to shift gears a little, and we have a quick little performance now, I think, from Ananda Vrindavan and Urugaya. Can you come up here? It would be good if we had 2 microphones. So this is not about Bhumi Devi. Yeah. This is not about Bhumi Devi. This is about Indra and his good wife, Shachi. And this is something I wrote some years ago. I don't know what got into my mind, but somehow, anyway, something, we'll see how it goes. Would it be better standing, or you need to sit? I thought it's maybe better standing. You can be more dramatic. You have a pocket on this. Okay.
Prabhu, Devendra, why are you returning so late to the palace? Were you consulting with Guru Brihaspati? Or were you again wasting time in the court with those silly dancing girls?
Devi, rest assured, I was delayed on important business. Rebellious uprisings must be firmly quelled, so I always learned. But this time, with Vrindavan, it became complicated.
Vrindavan? You don't mean to say you attacked the land of Nanda and the cows and his beloved son Krishna, do you?
Well, what to say, Devi? It was they who started the trouble. That boy Krishna, in fact, how could I know who he actually is? Brihaspati never explained.
That's because you never listened to him. Are you telling me that you attacked that most wonderful land, the land of cows, that most beautiful and blessed land where never is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day? You actually dared to harass those devoted souls, the Vrajavasis. You actually intended to bring terror upon the cows and bulls who are so dear to Lord Krishna. You didn't really do that, did you?
Well, you see, it was just...
How dare you? What is wrong with you? Have you lost all your sense of right and wrong? Don't you know that to give trouble to cows is the greatest sin? And did you forget that you and I reside in the body of cows, together with all the devas? I never... So then, tell me what you did.
No, first I must explain. This Krishna, as innocent as he may have appeared, got suddenly political, persuading his father to neglect my sacrifice. How could I let them and him get away with it?
So for that, for the decision of one little boy and his father, you decide the entire population of Raj Vrindavan, including the cows, must be punished? Unbelievable! With all due respect, Prabhu, where were you when Lord Brahma was passing out brain substance? So I suppose you sent rain clouds to punish them.
Well, yes, I sent the Samvartaka clouds.
Samvartaka clouds? For that small hamlet, you sent the most terrible, world-destroying weapon.
Vrindavan is not so small. Nanda Maharaj has heard of some 900,000 cows.
Precisely my point. You would destroy the whole herd of Nanda's cows just because your pride has been pinched. So, then, what happened?
Well, there is this one mountain in Vraj, Govardhan. Krishna likes to go there and pass the time with his friends while herding the cows. Govardhan provides especially pleasing grass and herbs for the cows.
I see. And you thought, I will destroy the basis of their well-being. Go for the opponent headquarters. So you sent Samartaka thugs there?
Sure.
And then?
Sure enough, from the pounding rain, thunder and lightning, the cows became desperate and they ran to Krishna, loving loudly, clearly begging Krishna to do something. And what Krishna did took me by complete surprise. With one hand, with his left hand, he took that mountain Govardhan and lifted it aloft and held it there, perfectly balanced, as if it were weightless. Then he called all the residents of Vraj, including all 900,000 cows, to take shelter under Govardhan, as if it were a giant umbrella. At first I thought, well, this is quite some trick, but he won't be able to hold it for long. So I urged the Samvartakas to continue the onslaught, which they did without hesitation for 7 days.
7 days? It took you that long to understand who you were dealing with? 7 days and nights? Incredible! Simply incredible! And what did the Rajavasis eat during that time? What did the cows eat?
Well, apparently they weren't the least bit hungry the whole time. They were so absorbed in simply gazing at Krishna. So then, well, yes, I got the point after 7 days and called the Samvartakas to withdraw. And then Krishna sent everyone back out from underneath the mountain. Then he gently set Govardhan back down, right where it had been before.
And then?
Well, that's when I approached Celestial Surabhi to help me out. By this time I knew I was in big trouble with Krishna. So I thought the best would be to pacify him with prayers, and then Surabhi could give her milk for an abhishek of Krishna. And then...
So you went and troubled Srimati Surabhi, putting her into an embarrassing situation, just so you could get yourself out of trouble?
No, Devi, don't put it like that. Surabhi was happy to oblige, giving her an opportunity to serve Lord Krishna with her milk. But this is why I'm so late. it took me quite a long time to organize everything, and then I had to speak nice prayers to Lord Krishna. And well, as you know, I'm not so good in Sanskrit, so it some time.
And now, what about the rest of Krishna's cows? What are you doing for the cows of Raj Vrindavan? They continue to suffer throughout the land, now that Krishna has departed the world. What are you doing to protect the cows, to show the people how to bring well-being back to Vraja and to the whole world? When are you going to use your exalted position, now so darkly stained by your unthinking attack on Vrindavan, to finally do something for the millions and billions of suffering cows in the world today? Please, show the way for human beings to become dutifully and affectionately protective of the cows who are so dear to Lord Krishna, whom Krishna personally serves, even as he is served by the whole world. This I want to know. When? When?
Yes, Devi, you are absolutely right. Now I have firm resolve. Now I must take up the cause of protecting cows, so dear to Govinda, the Indra of cows. For only when cows are protected and cared for will the world be at peace. Only then will all beings strive and joy will prevail. Thank you for helping me to see this truth. Let us together take up this essential message and make it known throughout the world.
Jai. It was quite an outraged Shachi Mata. And a chastened Indra. Thank you. One thing I want to kind of illustrate with this is this is something you can do in your communities of devotees anytime. One way to perform drama is, as we saw here, they had the script, so they didn't need to memorize, and therefore it doesn't take time. You have a script, you can practice, running through it briefly, as much as you're able. But it doesn't take a lot of arrangement. You don't have to have any scenery. You don't even have to have costumes. You don't need any music arrangement. All of these things could be included, but it's not necessary. It's possible to do all kinds of sketches like this. You can write yourself. There's also many, many sketches and whole dramas have been written for devotees. But you can use your own creativity to also write something. We have just a few minutes. Shamhari, where are you? Right here. Oh, do you want to just give a very brief introduction to what we want to do more of, to sort of prime the pump, so to say? Well, we have 5 minutes, so just to explain, I think, what we want to do. Yeah. Unless you think there's time to perform.
Yeah, maybe we can try.
Okay.
Haribol, everybody. Very good mornings. No, evening now. No. afternoon. Yeah, Maharaj had actually asked me to prepare a little something for all of you, something that we can interact with all of us together. We won't have time to do it now, but perhaps during the next session on Thursday. But just to give you a bit of an introduction about it, we would really like to give everyone a chance to bring out your inner performer and your inner improviser. So to really just think on your feet and to just like have fun acting something out. And Maharaj actually had approached me with the idea of taking inspiration from a very important, very well-known text called The Screwtape Letters, which was written by an author known as C.S. Lewis. Has anyone heard of this author? Yeah, like so many of you might know of this author as the one who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia books, which is a very timeless piece of fantasy literature. And for the fantasy aficionados among you, you would actually also be aware that there's a lot of Christian imagery and theology within these fantasy works. So they're not just entertainment, they're also quite enlightening. Because C.S. Lewis himself, he was, you could say, a lay theologian, and a lot of his works were influenced by his Anglican leanings. And The Screwtape Letters, as a book specifically, is a very fun book to read. It's actually very thin, not so big, and it consists of a number of letters which are written by a Screwtape to a Mr. Wormwood. And when you read these letters, you actually find out that Screwtape is none other than the devil himself. And Mr. Wormwood is an agent of the devil who is interacting with Christians or with people who have spiritual needs to try and guide this Wormwood into that hopefully these Christians may abandon their spiritual leanings and maybe move more towards an atheistic or a materialist stance.
He's a junior devil. So it's senior devil training a junior devil.
Exactly. So Mr. Wormwood would be a junior devil trained by a senior devil. And when you actually read these letters, it is very interesting to see that being tempted by the devil isn't necessarily an epic battle between good and evil like you would read in the fantasy stories. The scenarios that are depicted are very mundane and even innocuous, to the point where you can see that, like, hey, these are things that we all find ourselves in. Something like being annoyed at a person next over at you in church who might be singing a little bit off key, you know? And when you read these things, you get the idea that, oh, we are actually tempted by evil in all these very small interactions that we might not necessarily be aware about. So we thought it would be fun to maybe bring this to a devotional setting and have an idea of, like, not the devil, but Maya trying to influence devotees to abandon their dharmic leanings. And for this, we would actually like to next time, for our next session, to group you all in groups of 3, consisting of a jiva, so a devotee just trying to do their best, Maya trying to pull the strings from the background, and Maya's attendant in disguise, who is interacting with the jiva to try and find a weakness so that Maya and Maya's attendant can then weaponize their information to corrupt the devotee. And then it is all our jobs to perhaps help this devotee not to give in to Maya. So I think it would be lunchtime now, right? So I think we will then leave everything for the presentation and everything to the next day, but then we can hopefully focus fully on this and just all have devilish fun together.
Devilish fun. Not just fun, but devilish fun. Sounds pretty dangerous. Yeah. Yes, C.S. Lewis was actually a professional theologian. He was a professor at Oxford University, and He was a Christian convert, actually, but he was a very excellent writer. And this was a series of short articles that were published in some journal or some newspaper, I think. So it was for a popular audience. And the idea is, he wrote in a very ironic mode, where the idea was the senior devil is training the junior devil, but we should read it that, oh, we should watch out for this and this kind of, temptation. Yeah, so we have something cooking for Thursday, and we can see what preparations come out of the soup. Okay, thank you all so much. It's already that time, and we wish you a wonderful remainder of the day, the evening. Have a good time today. Tomorrow is going to be lots of rocking and rolling, kirtan, right? And we hope to see you again on Thursday. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Bol.